The Last Watchtower. 4 rules, 1 tower, and something that should not exist. My name is Marcus Hale. I work as a fire tower lookout in one of the most remote wilderness zones in the country. My tower is a metal structure bolted into rock at the top of a ridge. A small square cabin sitting above the tree line. A ladder that runs straight up the center. The whole thing sways a little when the wind picks up. And when you're inside, you can hear every bolt and panel shifting against itself, like it's under constant stress. The tower sits off a narrow service road, 9 miles from the nearest ranger station. You don't just stumble onto it. From the top platform, you can see miles of forest, thick stretches of pine and lodgepole, broken up by patches of deadfall and the occasional rock formation pushing through the soil. During the day, you scan for smoke. At night, you log weather changes, check equipment, and make sure the radio stays operational. It's routine work, simple, repetitive, and quiet. That's what I signed up for. When I arrived, I met the outgoing supervisor for the first time. His name was Cole Renfro, mid-40s, hard to tell, faded green jacket, work gloves tucked into his back pocket. He didn't introduce himself right away. Just looked me over, nodded once, and asked if I had everything I needed. There was no small talk, no orientation packet, no walkthrough of procedures, just a quiet understanding that we were heading up to the tower and that whatever I needed to know would be handled there. By the time we reached the top, Cole moved to the desk and checked everything. The radio, the logbook, the stove, all routine. No surprises. Then he reached into his jacket pocket and pulled out a folded sheet of paper. He didn't hand it to me right away. Just held it there for a second, like he was deciding whether to say something first. "These aren't in the official handbook," he said. He unfolded it once, and then again, until it was flat. "Rules," he said. "For what?" I asked. "For staying here." It was a short list, 4 lines written in plain handwriting, no explanations, no extra notes, just 4 separate statements, each on its own line. "You follow those," he said, "or you won't last here." I didn't ask anything else after that. Not right away. Cole turned toward the ladder hatch. "I'll be back in a couple days," he said. Then he opened it and started climbing down without another word. I stood there in the middle of the cabin, the paper still in my hand, listening to the sound of his boots moving down the rungs until it faded into the distance. Rule 1, do not wear bright colors. The first day was quiet. Morning sweeps, radio checks, log entries, nothing unusual. By mid-morning, I opened a window to let some air through and step outside onto the narrow platform that ran along the edge of the tower. That's when I heard it. A low buzzing sound. Faint at first, almost easy to miss under the wind. I was wearing a red jacket. Bright red, something I'd owned for years. Out here, I didn't think it mattered. There was no one around to see me. When the buzzing came back, louder, I scanned the tree line. That's when I saw the first one. At a distance, it looked like a bird hovering in place, wings moving too fast to make out clearly. It moved closer. The shape became clearer as it crossed the open space between the trees and the tower. The wings were too short for a bird, the body too thick. When it got within 20 feet of the tower, I understood what I was looking at. It was a bee, a bumblebee, the size of a basketball. Then another one came into view behind it, and another. Within a minute, there were at least 5 of them moving through the air around the tower. One of them shifted direction. It didn't rush at me. It just turned, slowly, and started drifting closer. At 5 feet, it stopped. It hovered there, facing me. Then it moved forward. The impact hit my chest before I had time to react. Not a sting, not a bite, a solid hit, like being struck by something heavy moving at speed. I pulled the door open and stepped inside. As soon as I moved out of the open space, the bee lost interest. I shut the door and stood there, catching my breath. Then I looked down at myself. The red jacket stood out immediately. I took it off. I walked back to the desk and picked up the paper Cole had left. I unfolded it and read the first line again. Do not wear bright colors. The next time Cole came up, I asked him about it. He didn't look surprised. They think you're something else, he said. Something they're supposed to land on. Probably think you're a flower. We had a guy a few years back, he said. Wore a yellow vest out here. Didn't take it off when he should have. He paused for a second, then added quietly, They found the vest. Rule 2. Do not respond to voices outside the tower after sunset. The second rule stayed in the back of my mind for the first few days, mostly because nothing happened. Nights were quiet, too quiet, just wind, metal creaking and the occasional distant animal call, until the fourth night. It started just after midnight. A voice, faint, carried on the wind. At first I thought it was radio interference, but the radio was silent. Then it came again. Clear this time. Someone calling out, my name, Marcus. I froze, listened. The voice came from below the tower, from the trees. Marcus, you there? It sounded normal, human, like someone standing just out of sight. I moved toward the window, then stopped. Rule 2. Do not respond to voices outside the tower after sunset. The voice came again. Closer. Marcus, I know you're up there. Something about it felt wrong, not the words. The timing. Too perfect, like it was waiting for me to react. I stayed silent. Minutes passed. The voice kept calling. Sometimes closer, sometimes farther away. Always just out of sight. Then suddenly, it stopped. No footsteps, no movement, just silence. The kind that presses against your ears. I didn't sleep that night. Rule 3. If the ladder hatch is open in the morning, do not go down. I always lock the hatch, every night, no exceptions. Until the morning, I found it open. Just slightly. Enough to see the darkness below. I knew I had locked it. I checked it twice the night before. Still, there it was. Open. The wind wasn't strong enough to move it. And even if it was, the latch wouldn't just undo itself. I stood there for a long time, looking at it, thinking about going down anyway, telling myself it was nothing, just a mistake. Then I remembered the rules. If the hatch is open in the morning, do not go down. So I didn't. I stayed in the tower the entire day. No supply run, no descent, nothing. By evening, the hatch was closed again, on its own. Rule 4. If you see someone near the tree line, do not let them reach the tower. I saw the first one near sunset, standing at the edge of the trees, too far to make out clearly, just a silhouette, human-shaped, not moving, just watching. I grabbed the binoculars, breathed them up, focused, and my stomach dropped. It was me. Same clothes, same posture, same face, standing perfectly still at the tree line, looking directly at the tower, at me. Then, it raised one hand and started walking forward, slowly, deliberately, step by step, toward the tower. I stepped back, heart pounding. Rule 4. Do not let them reach the tower. I don't know how long I stood there, watching it get closer, 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 until it stopped, just outside the base, looking up, smiling. And that's when I realized something. The rules weren't there to protect the tower. They were there to protect whatever was inside it.